On 22nd September, President Yoweri Museveni announced reopening of universities and post-secondary institutions of learning on 1st November. The president conditioned reopening on vaccination against COVID-19 of teaching and non-teaching staff and instructed strict observance of standard operating procedures. Since then, stakeholders within education systems are stepping up measures to ensure reopening and compliancy. As new date closes in, National Council for Higher Education has ramped its conditions for teaching staff.
Vaccination, vaccination, vaccination. And if we do this, I think we have a high chance of ensuring that learning continues. As the president was addressing the nation last night, we could reopen.
Pius Achanga, the head institutional and program accreditation, National Council for Higher Education, says the Ministry of Education has rolled out a team to ensure compliancy.
The institution will be required to submit progress of how students have come on, how learning is taking place, and consistently, National Council and other local authorities, how we have at every district, Ministry of Higher Education officers, inspectors will work with us, local authorities, to ensure that institutions are running.
Institutions of higher learning are confident of complying with the measures in place. We spoke on phone with Public Relations Officer, Islamic University, Uganda, Rahma Katono.
So what we do usually is we give communication to students, both the new students and continuing students. We urge them to vaccinate from the nearby health centers or hospitals. So when they come for us, we shall ask them for the vaccination cards. The ones who have not vaccinated, because we know that some of them will arrive and they have not received vaccine. Those ones will be subjected to screening. We first screen if you're negative, then we take you for vaccination.
The ministry will also require institutions balance up number of students to address congestion and risk of contact.
The institutions should first of all determine whether the space they have can enable you fit. We are reducing to 50% in that staggeredness. So if that works, that's the strategy that institutions should adopt. If the space is not big enough to accommodate massive numbers, Martin, then the shift pattern might work.
Katono says measures to counter congestion are in place.
We have postponed the reporting of the first years until 20th November so that they come when the continuing students have completed their exams. When the continuing students complete exams, they are going to be studying online.
Ministry figures indicate 90% of teachers have been vaccinated with at least the first jab and 64% fully vaccinated.
And we determined that, on a good note, up to about 95% of our teaching staff have been vaccinated.
The president, in his November address, said the country targets vaccination for 330,000 students aged 18 and above. Story by Lucky at Highway Ibingira, CTV, PM Edition.